And what had happened when they first released the film was that there was a they filmed this scene in 2 days. They filmed the first day, and they couldn't get the light right the second day. So you're actually seeing a difference in the lighting, but it may not be Coppola because Coppola and Willis wanted it. It's because they couldn't match the light. And they tried in chemical processing to make the second day match the first day, and they weren't able to even get close to it until this restoration of the film. The film, it's interesting though, it was made in the 70s. The film was this close to being incapable of being remastered. The negative had degraded, so they hadn't taken care of the negative. They had reprocessed it so many times to push out new copies of the film that it was almost destroyed. And so you've got a very good eye. You must be in film studies. That's very good. Anything else? Yes, yes.
I think it's interesting, right before Michael walks out of the bathroom, he hesitates for a moment, and he grabs his head, and then he smooths his hair, because I feel like just in that moment he knows he has to do what he has to do. He hesitates for a moment, or maybe he's pondering, and then he just goes out and does it.
There's a lot of things. I mean, he's thinking, he's getting his shit together, he's composing himself, but he's also listening to the subways. He's going to wait to take the shot with the next cover of the next subway that arrives underneath them. Because the subway passes when he's taking a leak, before he flushes the toilet. Then he goes and he sits down and he pretends to listen to Sollozzo until he hears the train come again. And then he does it. But yeah, it's self-compositioning. You know, it's identity. We could talk obscurely about identity formation, but that is a moment of creating himself through action. Yes, yes. What's your name?
Angela.
Angela.
And I think including Italian in this scene does add a really interesting exploration to forming identity. Like when, what's his name?
Sollozzo?
Yes, Sollozzo is speaking to Michael in Italian just before Michael shoots him. And presumably Michael can't really understand what he's saying. But Sollozzo, I think at one point says, "You're Italian like your father." Like he's asking, maybe why aren't you understanding what I'm saying? And that is kind of challenging his Italian-American identity. But then at that moment, he assumes that the role that his father would have in kind of this mafioso.
Yeah. The language there. I mean, it's funny when people use the phrase "the mother tongue." It's so bound up with archetypal associations. The mother, language, in the beginning was the word. And to have this scene be bilingual, and not just bilingual, but it's bilingual in a way that is obtrusive. Michael literally stops the scene to say, "Como se dice?" How do you say? And then he busts back into English. So this break between Italian and English, between Italian and American, is fascinating. I guess you have to take off your hat to Coppola as an Italian-American film director to be telling a story that was engaging, that was a mega box office hit, but also very much concerned with these larger issues. Yes. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Going off what she said in the bathroom, like he took a moment to collect himself and really, like, just get himself together before he went and did this. Not only do I think he used the cover of the subway, but I think it was something that was also kind of in his head. It got to him, like the noise, hearing him talk at the same time. It also was like his kind of turning point in his life. Like once he does this, he's no longer a civilian. He's a godfather. He's a don. He's a gangster mafioso. So this is the turning point in his life. Like this is it. So he has to make the decision. And I think like the noise and everything that was going on, it kind of just pushed him over his head, over the limit. Like his face, his features, his head, it looked very tense. He wasn't comfortable, so he just kind of pulled the trigger.
Okay, that's good. Someone else. Just something you've been thinking about, maybe while I've been talking or while your colleagues have been talking. Yeah, Eric.
I've been thinking about this for years. I wonder if it meant anything because Clemenza gives him specific instructions, and one of them is just put your arm down and let them drop the gun. But there's emphasis on him carrying it out, and he kind of even flings it.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
Well, because he forgot.
He forgot. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to Yeah,
I've
but
always wondered if that was.
oh, like did Pacino forget?
Or did you know the Coppola was that like?
Oh.
Was that supposed to be like like he didn't just put his arm down and drop the gun. He kind of walks out of the restaurant, flings it a little bit.
He flings it because he forgot that he
Yeah.
was supposed to let it drop. You got to ask Pacino.
Yeah, that's a question for
That's a question for Pacino, like inside the actor studio. Hey, Pacino, did you forget to drop the gun? I kind of think, I've seen it many times. I kind of think he doesn't have his shit together. I mean, this is upsetting shit.
And
I mean,
between the two shots, he even has that.
mm-hmm.
This is happening.
Yeah, this is happening. Oh, and then he comes to, because he's kind of out of it. He sees the two people come. A man comes out of the bathroom and runs to his wife, and then it occurs to him because the guy looks totally scared. Oh, I gotta get my ass out of here. I gotta get out of the restaurant, out of the Louis' Italian American restaurant. I love that. I love signage anyway. I love hashtag sign porn. On Instagram. I love people who take images of these great old signs. But for me, this is just unmistakable. This is the heavy hand of a director, unafraid to use the conventions of film, which came from theater, to frame this very key scene in Michael's Bildungsroman, in his trajectory, in his evolution. All right. I have one more scene I want to show you. 2:28:50. It's towards the end of the film. What's a peso novante? Did anyone speak Italian? Yeah?
It means like a big piece.
A-
Like literally means a piece of 90. So it means like it's the top. You know what I mean?
Oh. Like,
Literally, if you translate it means a piece of 90. Like it's the biggest you can
but figuratively, it means the best, the biggest. So peso novante would be to be Governor Corleone,
Yeah, like the biggest piece.
the biggest.
Like the piece of gold.
Oh, interesting. Beautiful scene. Two actors at the top of their game, Al Pacino, Marlon Brando. A beautiful scene. In terms of their careers, it was a passing of the torch, right? Pacino was on reaching his ascendancy. Marlon Brando was doomed to gain weight and become stranger and stranger. I love the scene because of the emphasis on, the family was going to evolve. It was going to evolve in a certain way. The way that the Don Corleone had envisioned it, his son, the war hero, who would not be part of the mafia, was going to be, a senator, a governor. And Michael, what he says is, it'll happen. Like, give it time. Give it time. Much of what transpires in the life of the Corleone family begins to mimic reality. Italian Americans in the early part of the 21st century are no longer considered some sort of outsider culture. Italian Americans, like Irish Americans, have for the most part assimilated into the mainstream of American culture. And it's a credit to someone like Francis Ford Coppola, an amazing American director, but also a remarkable Italian-American director, to have embodied through his work and through his life this very similar transition. All right, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. If you have any questions, just send me an email, memo@SDSU. I'd very much like to work with you in the future. Look for Nericcio on when courses come out for the spring.